Hi, and welcome to Making All the Plans. I'm Connie, and if we haven't met before, I'm a busy mom of 2 active kids, and both my husband and I have full-time careers. My goal is to share with you how I stay on top of all life throws at me in one planner so that you might be able to do the same. As you're watching this, I'm likely knee-deep in travel, but that hasn't stopped me from setting up my goals and plans for the upcoming quarter using the HB90 method. Knowing that everything is mapped out before I return helps me relax and focus on enjoying the moment. If you're new to the HB90 method or Sarah Cannon, let me give you a quick rundown. HB90 stands for Heart Breathing 90, a 90-day planning system designed by Sarah Cannon for writers and creative entrepreneurs, although anyone can benefit from it. It's rooted in psychological principles that help you stay motivated and take actionable steps toward your dreams. I've used a modified version of the system for the past year, and I absolutely love it. I'll link Sarah's channel and more information about HB90 in the description box below. Over time, I've tweaked the system to work best for me, breaking it into 5 key parts. The first is reflection and review. The HB90 method starts with looking back at the past quarter. What worked, what didn't, and where can I improve? Step 2 is future visioning and planning. This step is about imagining what I want for the future and aligning my goals with that vision. Step 3 is the bootcamp kickoff. Before setting goals, I join Sarah's live bootcamp kickoff call. It always puts me in the right mindset and gets me excited about the new quarter. Step 4 is goals and projects. After refining my vision and participating in the kickoff, I narrow my focus to specific actionable goals and projects. And lastly, step 5, the task list and Kanban board. Finally, I break down my goals into tasks and organize them using a Kanban board. This visual system keeps me on track. This video will focus on reflection and review, as well as future vision and planning. But if you're interested in goals, projects, and breaking tasks down, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next videos in the series. So this is my Leuchtturm notebook that I use for all of my HB90 notes. I like to keep everything for 1 year all together in one notebook, so I go with this method. Sarah does provide a printable to go along with the class if you prefer that method. I am a little crunched for time this quarter, and I feel like since I went into so much depth preparing for Q1, it would be okay if I just took a sampling of the questions for the review this quarter and dove in. I do like to decorate my pages a little bit, although I have taken it back a notch so that I don't spend quite as much time decorating, and I do spend more time actually thinking through and working through the process. But I was able to narrow down Sarah's list to just 5 questions that I was going to focus on this quarter for my review. And the one that I like to look at the most is what didn't go as planned? That is the second question that I answer. And I feel like I get the most out of that answer. And I'm not writing a lot, I'm just writing a few short statements. But in my head, I'm thinking through all of these things. So as I plan the quarter ahead, I know what direction I need to head. I always try to stay positive during my quarterly review, celebrating what I did accomplish. For example, I hit my better subscriber goal for YouTube and my good goal for Instagram, so that's a huge win. But if I'm being honest, I really wanted to reach that best goal for YouTube. I also made progress on refining my routines and resets, but I need to be more intentional about scheduling when they'll happen and how frequently. My mood, energy levels, and motivation were all lower than I expected this past quarter. Even with filtering the news, I still felt drained. It seems like so many people around me are experiencing the same struggles, and I really feed off of other people's energy. I'd love to just cocoon myself at home and be selective about who I engage with, but regardless, I'm determined to push through and get back to living the life that I want. I did start setting some boundaries, but I need to reinforce them, especially in conversations with people who don't respect differing views. That's tough. I also struggle with working within an 8-hour day. Even when I do log off on time, I tend to get pulled back in. That takes away time, energy, and focus from the goals I want to achieve outside of work. Another challenge, I wake up early, but instead of getting up and moving, I just lay there and listen to a book or podcast. I know I need downtime, but I'd rather use my mornings for movement and shift that downtime somewhere else. I know that getting up and moving will make me feel better and help me stay on top of my other routines. Looking ahead, I know there's a lot that needs to get done this quarter. To stay balanced, I might need to take some time off from work to get things done. I thought my Q1 goals were realistic, but I overestimated how much energy I'd have. This quarter, I need to adjust my workload to set myself up for success. If you're new to the HB90 method or just starting to lay out your vision, I encourage you to take your time with this step and dig in. Skipping it or rushing through can lead to a muddy vision and goals that don't align with where you truly want to go. The more clarity you have on your long-term aspirations, the easier it will be to set meaningful goals and take consistent action toward them. The HB90 method includes a structured process for visioning, which involves journaling prompts and guided reflection to help you define what success looks like for you. This can include anything from your ideal work-life balance to the habits you want to cultivate and the projects that will bring you the most fulfillment. That said, this quarter I'm keeping my approach simple. Instead of going through the full process, I'm focusing on 2 key exercises: sketching out my ideal day of where I am right now and reviewing my Q1 vision board. My vision board still resonates with me, so I don't feel the need to overhaul it right now, but reviewing it helps me realign with my goals and confirm that I'm still on the right path. If you've never created a vision board or sketched out your ideal day before, I highly recommend trying it. It's a powerful way to make your goals feel more tangible and real, and it helps guide the choices you make every day. I was able to complete my reflection and visioning just in time for this quarter's HB90 Bootcamp kickoff call with Sarah. This was my 5th time participating, and I always am amazed at how she manages to keep each session fresh, relevant, and motivating. Even though I've been through the process multiple times, there's always something new to take away, whether it's a shift in perspective, a reminder of key principles, or a fresh approach to tackling a challenge. One of the things I appreciate most about these live kickoff calls is a sense of community. It's incredibly motivating to be surrounded by others who are just as committed to intentional planning and goal setting. Hearing different perspectives, struggles, and wins from fellow participants always reinforces the idea that progress isn't about perfection. It's about showing up, adjusting when needed, and continuing to move forward. By the time the session ended, I felt re-energized and ready to dive into my Q2 planning with renewed focus and confidence. There's something powerful about taking that time to pause, reset, and remind yourself why you started in the first place. Now, with my reflection and visioning in place, I'm more than ready to move on to the next step, defining my goals and projects for the quarter ahead. In the next 2 videos, we'll cover defining goals and projects for Q2 and creating a task list and Kanban board. But before setting your goals, don't skip reflection and vision planning. These steps help you avoid repeating past mistakes, align your goals with your big picture vision, set realistic expectations, and help you stay focused and motivated. I'll see you back here on Thursday as we define goals and projects for the quarter ahead. If you haven't already, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss it. I'll see you in the next video. Everybody have a great week. Bye.